right, welcome to today's discussion segment on Liberty Entertainment this weekend. And today we'll be talking about the Mothering Sunday, a high value woman. And of course, I'll be doing this alone as I have a special guest in the house, a very special guest in the studio. She is a seasoned TV producer and a host, a communication expert, and she currently works with the Christian Broadcasting Network. She is Mrs. Abigail. Good to have you in the studio today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's great to be here.
Yeah. You know, today is 10th March and is a day set aside to celebrate our mothers. So I want to use this opportunity to wish you a happy Mother's Day.
Yes, and coincidentally it's also Women's Day as well. So yes, I mean, it's exciting to know that we are being celebrated all over the world.
So now tell us, who is a strong woman?
A strong woman is a woman that has capacity. Whenever I see women, from my mom to my sisters, I see strong women. I see women who have what it takes to design their lives. Okay, they know who they are. They're confident in knowing who they are, and they know where they want to be, and they know how to get there. So it's just all about being confident, understanding you and the vision you have for your life.
I love it when you say how to get there.
Yes.
All right. So now moving to the next question. How can rural women be empowered?
Yeah, awesome. You know, whenever we're talking about women empowerment, sometimes we leave the women at the grassroots out of it, right? Yeah, because we want to talk about career and all of that. But yes, they are a vital part of the whole. Okay. I believe that women at the grassroots should be involved in, especially looking at their growth, because when you say women are the grassroots, doesn't mean they're excluded. Okay. There should be inclusion, and that's what we're preaching, right? Part of what we do in CBN is basically seeing how we can empower women, whether from helping them start small, medium scale businesses. Okay. So sometimes you see a woman who has been frying akara for years, and she's struggling. The fires, you can see literally that the fires are affecting her eyes. She's aging. She has 6 children to take care of, and no help coming from anywhere. So one of the things we did was like, okay, we can empower this woman. Basically, shift her line of business. So yeah, you can empower her to earn more. So we had to, I remember one of the, way back, we set up a better business for her, which was foodstuff, which wasn't going to affect her eyes. That's a way to empower her, so she can earn more, because as long as she is suffering with the fires affecting her eyes, she can't earn more, and that affects her earning potential, and she's unable to take care of her family. So yes, women can be empowered, especially financially, helping them start up small and medium scale businesses, and that's what we do at CBN. And we also give her a pair of glasses as well, so that it would begin to correct the eyes and help her.
Wow, interesting. So what are the basic responsibilities of motherhood? Mother rights.
I'm laughing because, that's my daily life. I'm saddled with one responsibility or the other, because I'm not just a mother, I have to be a wife, and I have to come to my 9 to 5 to my office. So you see these 3 things, tying them up can be crazy. So the responsibilities are enormous. And one of the things that I do is to see how I can balance. They say you can't find balance, right? But yes, there's a way you can just find a way to kind of touch a little bit of all of those things. So you're looking at guiding your children, you're looking at mentoring them, raising them, helping them see themselves as God sees them. So that's on one end. Being a wife, you have to take care of the home front, ensuring that the husband is well taken care of. When meals need to be made, you ensure that is available. And then at work, you have to be, you show up at the office, be that high performer that you need to be, and ensure that you're delivering every single time. It's a lot of responsibility, but I enjoy each of these roles. Whenever I need to become a mother, I see myself doing that. It's not easy, but it is achievable.
It's achievable.
Yes.
Wow, that is interesting. So children development is not taken serious in most African countries. Why?
I think sometimes I would say the rate of poverty alone. You go to a public school, a typical public school, and I was surprised. I saw a picture some time ago, and I actually work with children as well in rural communities. They were sitting on the floor to write, to read, and how would these children, for crying out loud, understand what is required of them? How can they even internalize anything they're being taught? So yes, I think it can be attributed to poverty, but yes, we have the resources. We just need to prioritize, rearrange our priorities. So we're not, it's kind of the scale is not balanced. So what we should be focusing on, which is education, we're not focusing on it. We're rather trying to throw money in other things that don't seem to be priority. Children are priority. And I think when we understand that, yes, we're a developing nation. Yes, they say third world nation. I believe that we are coming up as a giant of Africa, and educating our children needs to be priority. So I think sometimes just being as an issue of priority.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, Mrs. Abigail, tell us now, is a mother's mental well-being vital to her children's upbringing?
Definitely. I mean, I tell people every time, you can't give what you don't have.
Yeah.
You can't. I mean, I need to be sound. I need to be in the right frame of mind, both spiritually, emotionally, and otherwise, to be able to nurture. Because motherhood is all about nurturing.
Okay.
Sometimes we seem to feel that the men don't give equal attention to the children. It's not really like that. They are men, so sometimes they're all out trying to get up and down. But we are the ones that spend more time with the children, right? So we need to again prioritize our mental well-being, our emotional well-being. And I tell women, nobody else will do it for you. You will do it for yourself. You owe it for yourself. One of my mentors say, own your own happy space, right? When you allow yourself to be affected by the things that are happening around you, then you will become a frustrated mother. Imagine a mother coming back home, she's tired from work, and now husband is saying, come and lie down, it's time for sex, and children are shouting. You're going to flare up because you're hungry and you're tired. So it's important that she takes her own life seriously, that if I don't have good health, I don't have sound mind, I can't give it. It's going to be difficult. So yeah, again, taking charge of her own emotional and mental well-being by creating time for herself. Sometimes she needs to just read. Sometimes she just needs to listen to good music. Sometimes she just needs to sleep more. Say, today I am not doing anything in this house. The dirty dishes can wait. But I need to just take care of myself. I need to feel better. I need to feel well so that I can give out of that well of abundance. If I'm excited, trust me, the whole house will be on fire. I would just, because I'm bubbling and my children are like, Mommy, you look happy today.
Yes.
Because I feel healthy, I feel strong. So yeah, we need to help ourselves as women. Nobody will do it for us.
Oh man. Oh man, women are I really don't know.
I mean, we're amazing.
Yeah, women are amazing. So what does being a high value woman means to you?
Yes, a high value woman is a woman who has set herself apart from the rest of the pack. I mean, we have a lot. I mean, the fact that you're a woman doesn't mean you're a high value woman. It's a process. Okay. So people say high value women are. Some people think that high value women have attitude. I don't think so. They don't have attitude. They just have standards. So a high value woman is a woman with standards. So you don't see her getting involved with frivolities. It's not just about the makeup. It's not just about the hair. It's more than that. So she's given out of the abundance of the growth and development she has given to herself. So every time she is able to, again, know who she is. She understands her worth. She doesn't allow anybody put her down. She knows when to to lend her voice, to a cause. She knows when to proffer solutions. She's a solution-driven person. She's a high performer. She's someone who basically is confident in herself. She believes that she has something valuable to offer. That is a high-value woman.
Thank you very much. So, Mrs. Abigail, as a career woman now, tell us, how can women get their voices heard in the workplace?
Great. I used to struggle with getting my voice heard at the workplace. 15 years ago, I came into CBN as a core member, and I used to be very timid. In fact, I never had the ability to have conversations, especially during meetings. I would be quiet. Guess what's happening in my head? Nobody's going to listen to you. What you have to say is not really relevant. Other people have said it. I'm just giving different scenarios to play in my head, and I don't end up talking. But every time I went home, I'm like, Abigail, there was an opportunity for you to talk, to share your ideas. Or probably after not saying it, I hear somebody else saying the same thing I wanted to say, and they're saying, oh, great, that was awesome, an awesome contribution. So, so I said, no. I need to take myself more seriously, and it starts with that. I began to say, if I have something to say, all I need to do is to think through it. So I'm going to say, if you want your voice to be heard, do what I did. I just think through it. Don't just open your mouth and start talking.
Okay.
You have to think about what you want to say and then how you're going to say it. Yes, so that it comes out as valuable. It comes out as something, people can say, this contribution made a lot of sense. But when you just think about something and just start talking, then there might be issues in how it is received. So you can make sure that your voice is heard by, processing your thoughts and owning them and saying, what I have to say is important. That's another thing. Know that what you have to say is as important as what everyone else in that room has to say. When you have that understanding, you're good to go. All you need to do is raise up your hand, make your contribution, and the rest will be history, because after that day, you'll keep, whenever you have anything to say, nothing is going to stop you because you believe that you have something valuable to contribute.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
So tell me now, how can women get, what is the best way to value, appreciate a woman?
I like that question.
Women need to be, as in love to be appreciated, right? When they do the right thing.
I mean, you see, anyway, we're not even going to talk about that buying flowers. No, not just about buying flowers. Because some people don't even appreciate flowers. Like, me, if you give me flowers, I might appreciate it. But sometimes words of affirmation, that really helped me. My husband, remember I said I used to be very timid, and whenever I come home and I'm saying, oh God, I missed this opportunity at work and all of that, or I tried to do this presentation at work, it didn't really go well, there was that encouragement. He would affirm me, Abigail, I think you're doing great. Yes, you would have tweaked it a little bit. So he gives me feedback, which sometimes I don't really like. But you should have made the contribution anyways. And I found out that for me, I don't know about other women, words of affirmation is kind of, it helps, so when you affirm me, you tell me you're doing a great job, Abigail, you're doing amazing, then you can add the flowers on it. But for me, when you affirm me, that works. And then also sometimes just getting to know how I'm doing, reach out to me. Because sometimes, like we say, we're talking about mothers, women are doing a lot. They're doing a lot. This morning I had to prepare my two children for school. It was crazy. I said, okay, I'll be trying to drop them to school. I had this interview. I had a voice. Right now when I go back, I have a voiceover in the office. So it's crazy, and have a trip for next week. So if you can just reach out to women, say, how are you doing? And really mean it. How are you doing?
How are you doing?
Yes,
How are you doing?
Well, it's not been easy. So yes, those two things. There are a lot anyway, but let's stick to these two things, yeah.
Okay. So what are the steps women can take to attain mental, emotional, and spiritual balance?
I think we touched on that a little bit. It's important that a woman understands first that she has a contribution to make to the world. She's important.
Okay.
When you understand that, I can't die. It's not time to die. I cannot die. So you begin to see that because I'm so valuable. Imagine I'm not there today. My children probably will be, God forbid, will be somewhere, maybe my husband marries again or whatever. God forbid, right? So when I think about who will take care of these children, when I think about the giftings God has deposited in my inside, why will I just allow my life go on autopilot? I take control. So one of the ways women can achieve that emotional, spiritual balance is to take charge with the help of God, because I have not seen any woman that is able to run with a speed in which God wants her to run without the help of God. So this morning, what I do, for example, I could share this with my viewers. You could do what I do in the morning. At night, I do an offloading session. Wow. So I'm downstairs all night. Not all night, for the most part of the night, just thinking through and reflecting through the day. So a lot of reflection, a lot of writing. So sometimes you have so much bottled up, so a lot of emotional, baggage that sometimes is in writing. Sometimes you just have a diary. My day went this way, or this is what I want to do, a to-do list. Kind of, in fact, is a game changer.
Okay.
Just having, in the night, I just write the things I want to do tomorrow. I don't want to get into the next day And that's when I'm thinking, okay, what am I supposed to do today? That's chaos.
I really love the way you said women should take charge. So women, are you hearing Mrs.
Yeah,
She said take charge.
Take charge. Put yourself together.
Yeah, put yourself together and take charge. So what is the hardest stage of motherhood?
Elizabeth, in fact, you have questions for me today.
Of course.
No, honestly, I'm always excited when issues of motherhood are discussed. The hardest stage of motherhood, I think, is when the children are still at the toddler stage. Okay. Of course, babyhood, maybe when you just give birth, that has its own special, challenge. You're having to breastfeed throughout the night. I was counseling one of a colleague that just put to bed not long ago, and I said, "Have you been sleeping?" She says, "No." I said, "You may not sleep for the next few months. Just know that and know peace, right?" But then you can ask Oga to maybe sometimes stay up with you when he's crying, the baby's crying. Help us, we're together. you can't do it alone, So yeah, toddler stage, it can be a lot, because now, like my children, they're looking for me. "Mommy, where are you?" I'm in the restroom, for crying out loud. "Mommy, what are you doing?" They're bending down looking for me. I mean, it's crazy. That stage is a bit crazy. They're asking a lot of questions.
Yeah.
But I think as we progress, I'm still within that stage, but I think that's, for me, that can be regarded as the most difficult stage.
Okay, now coming back to our children. So why is the cognitive development of a child critical to a woman?
Cognitive has to development has to do with the way they think and explore the environment, right? So it's critical. That stage is critical because you don't allow them. You don't just let them be on them by themselves. Okay, that is when, again, mothers, parents need to be very involved, because that's like the development stage where they are exploring, understanding their world, asking questions, trying out things, So it is not a stage that should be left for maybe a house help. She's the one carrying the child morning, noon, and night, because I'm a busy woman, I have to be at the office. There should be a very high level of involvement of the mother and the father. But of course, like we said, mothers are always with the children. So it's critical, because if you lose that stage, if you miss out on those stages, then when things are happening, even when there are other developmental issues, you won't even know on time, because you're not even there. So yeah, it behoves us as mothers to be there at that stage, because that is where when they are beginning to think about stuff, about the world, how they see things, their perspective. Because the child at that stage is, when they're babies or toddlers, it's like a clean slate. Anything can, you can build, and they say tabula rasa, right? Yeah, tabula. So that's when you begin to build what you feel, being by the Spirit of God, leading you to, invest into the life of that child. So it's a very critical stage.
Well, I mean, mothers, you're trying. Yes, a lot.
Yeah, no, it can be a lot.
It can be a lot. So what role does mentorship play in helping women to secure? What role does mentorship play in helping women secure and succeed in leadership?
Great question. Mentorship. I don't think any woman who wants to be a high-value woman, who wants to grow in her career, should do it. I don't think mentorship should be out of it. Mentorship is basically finding someone who's been there before. It's like standing on the shoulders of giants. There's no pride in it. You've not been through a path, and yet you claim to know. No, the thing is, you might go through it, but it's going to take you longer. You take more time, because you're not sitting with the person who has been on that path. You feel you know it all. Then what is supposed to take you 2 years to accomplish with a mentor might take you 10 years when you're going on your own. Okay, so mentorship is so important, and I encourage women who are up there, gather these women, bring them together. Let the older women teach the younger women. Let them bring their questions, because mirror them. For some that don't have time to teach the younger ones. The younger ones, you do this for yourself. Mirror them. Look at the people you love. Look at the Ngozi Okonjo-Iwealas. Look at the Tara Efela-Durotoye. Look at them. Mirror them from afar. Go to their pages. Attend their seminars. They have free stuff online. That's also mentorship, but of course at a distance, because sometimes you don't have the time to have a one-on-one mentorship with you. But whatever you do, find a way to learn. It's all about learning and nurturing. Buy their books, buy their products, buy their courses. But mentorship is very key. If not leadership, we can't even talk about leadership, because it is when you stay with these people, you drink from their well in that sense, learning from them what the mistakes they've made as leaders. Then you now say, okay, oh, they made that mistake. That means I shouldn't make that mistake. There's a pothole there. They entered the pothole, but with mentorship, you can avoid that pothole and make progress.
So, Mrs. Abigail, what is your advice to women who feel uncomfortable and vulnerable in the society?
Now, you see, this issue has always been there. Women are left out, it's a men's world. So we end up taking the back seat. This is not about being a feminist and just harassing everybody up and down. No. It is all about ensuring that you understand who you are. I will go back to that over and over again. Sometimes women feel uncomfortable or vulnerable, or would anyone hear my voice? Do I have what it takes? Because we are focusing on the wrong things. That's the truth. I tell women, women have what I call the 3 Bs, the breast, the butt, and the bum. Right? The breast, yeah, the brain, and the butt. Social media has made it look like all a woman is her body, bottom power. Use what you have to get what you want. No, that's why it's looking like there you guys are leaving us out of the conversations. Feminists, no. When you are a high value woman, when you see that you have something to contribute, they will look for you. Because your voice matters. They need your own contribution on the table. You find your own seat, you sit down. Not because you forcefully take it. Yeah. Women empowerment, you must give us the safe not. We will no. It is by owning your space, knowing that you have, like, again, what you have something inside of you. Yeah. You have. It's not just about wearing 500,000 naira wigs and moving around or going for what they call Brazilian butt lift, increasing the size of your bum. No, let's move from just the butt. Let's move from the breast, having good figure, to engaging our brains. We have something here. So that's why we're feeling left out. For me, because social media is just making a mess of everything, looking like, oh, you just have to stand, wear a fine dress and stand by a car and hold a Gucci bag. No, it is beyond that. Let's move, engage our thinking faculties, engage. Then the conversation will come to you. You will now be able to bring in your own contribution and make a difference in the society. So I don't believe anyone is left out. You end up making yourself left out by the choices and decisions you make.
Okay, thank you very much. I love this last contribution. So please, you're going to be throwing more light on the quotes about being a mother.
All right.
And the first one says, the joy of motherhood comes in moments. There will be hard times and frustration times, but amidst the challenges, there are shining moments of joy and satisfaction. By M. Russell Ballard.
Yeah, I love that quote. Ups and downs. Challenging moments. There are times I've cried. I'm washing in the kitchen and it's late at night. Don't have a help. I have work to do tomorrow. I broke down. I just stopped one time and I'm like, okay. Tears ran down. I had enough. I felt I couldn't go through the next day. Children had already stressed me before they went to bed. Sometimes it can be lonely. Yeah, like that quote says, it's ups and downs, but in the midst of it, honestly, there are days I'm excited. I come home and I just look at the brighter side. I say, okay, these children are stressing me now. I love them regardless. Very soon they will be in secondary school, probably, because now they're beginning to bathe themselves. So at that season when I was breaking down and having those moments, the children were still very small, no house help. But now they bathe themselves. That's out of my list.
Yes.
They make tea for themselves. That's out of my list. So can you see it's getting better and better and better? Before you know, they're in secondary school, they can go to school by themselves. That kind of a thing. So yes, it can be challenging, but they are actually bright moments. Look for positive moments to rejoice.
Bright
They are
moments.
bright moments.
Yeah. So the next quote is, no society will long survive without mothers who care for their young and provide that nurturing care so essential for their normal development. By Ezra Taft Benson.
Yeah, mothers are nurturers. We no matter how we try to, that's why I said, men are trying, but children have a way with something with the mothers. Like again, I said, it's because maybe we're usually more around, and that's why I tell mothers, take your place. You have a position in your child's life. Don't say, I'm tired, I don't want to see any child right now. See, if you leave this nurturing process to Sunday school, to teachers, to house help, you will be shocked. It will shock that mother because she's delegating. Motherhood, what that could say, motherhood cannot be delegated. It is not, I'm so busy right now that honestly I have one trip. This week I'm in Spain, next week I'm in South Africa. No, you will find a way to bring, because these children, if you lose them, you will find them maybe 10 years later, and finding them maybe in another complete composition that you never, if you're like, whose child is this? So yes, you have to take your place in your life, child's life.
So, my mother is my roots, my foundation. She planted a seed that I base my life on. And that is the belief that the ability to achieve stars in your mind by Michael Jordan.
Can you take that quote again, please?
Okay. My mother is my roots, my foundation. She planted a seed that I base my life on. And that is the belief that the ability to achieve stars in your mind by Michael Jordan.
I think it just places women at, it's a high place. It's a high place. And my mom, and I want to use this opportunity to say yes, my mom played a major role. She's a widow, but there's no day that passes by I don't think about her. That's my root. Before I got married, just in appreciation of what she had done as a widow, her little business, trying to put money together to send me to school. Do you know what I did when we got married? We were about to get married, my husband. He said, do you have anybody you take care of? Do you have the counsel of the pastor was saying? I said, yes, I have one responsibility. My mother. I send her money. I was a core member at that time. I send her money from Malawi every month until today. And that helped. We never had an issue with my husband because I said, this woman is a widow. I want to help her. She's my responsibility. That's my root. Because I can't forget her invaluable contributions to my life. I would have not been in school. You see the person talking here? I would have not been in school without her sacrifice. I wouldn't have been. In fact, maybe I would have been in the village. Probably, because we would have just packed ourselves and gone. But she sacrificed. So that is, I love the quote actually. It is actually, our mothers are our roots. And we need to acknowledge that in every way.
Okay, that's very interesting. Thank you very much, Mrs. Abigail, for your wonderful contribution. And also thank you for being part of the discussion segment today. And to my viewers, we have come to the end of the discussion segment.